But with 2 days to go at the Labour conference, an explosive new tome to add to your pile of new Labour memoirs. Gordon Brown's chief spin doctor, enforcer, hatchet man, Damian McBride, has written his account of his time at the heart of power, and it promises to be a tell-all detailing assassinations, smears and other deeds usually only read about in political fiction. It's got Labour worried. It's being serialised in the Mail exclusively from tomorrow, and we've got it hot off the presses. Allegra's here. What's in the book?
Yeah, it doesn't promise to be, it is. These 2 pages that I've just read have a series of assassinations that he admits himself. He took down John Reed, he took down Ivan Lewis, he took down Charles Clarke. I could go on. He talks, we've got a few quotes that we can put up for you. He talks about how he's this inversion of a priest. So actually people come to him, tell them the sins of people they don't like, in the hope that he goes out and publicises them more widely. So he's very, very honest about what he did. In fact, I'd say it is one of the most honest and gruesome accounts of being a spin doctor, that I do actually think one of the lasting implications could actually be that it does shock quite a few viewers / readers, because it exposes how people do politics at the top of Westminster.
In case we thought that politics was really clean and lovely.
Except, I mean, indeed, most people thought it was pretty hardcore. Except he goes through exactly how you hack into a government account, exactly how you hack into a chancellor's account, exactly how you place a story. So it's quite a good handbook for aspiring political spin doctors, and it's also quite laid bare.
I'm guessing the timing is not coincidental. Does any of this lead to Ed Miliband?
Ed Miliband is implicated quite a lot. He's mentioned, but I don't actually think, from the bits that I've mentioned, but I've seen, that he's actually sort of brought down by it. The particular problem for him is that you have Douglas Alexander being accused of plotting against his sister. The point Damian McBride makes is that it wasn't just the 2 Miliband brothers that rowed with each other. It's endemic in the Labour Party, this plotting and conspiring. The particular problem is that these people are still at the top of Labour politics. They've not all sailed into the sunset to do things like Peter Mandelson and Tony Blair. They're still on the front line. So lots of frontline actors are implicated. So I think it will actually have an effect on the Labour Party conference. I hadn't thought it would, but I do think that from some of the quotes we've seen, another one we're going to give you is whether Gordon Brown knew, and this in my job has always been a question we've asked, the extent to which he knew quite what Damian McBride was doing on his
just read it out. It's
behalf.
quite far from the viewers. Some people will undoubtedly wonder why, if Gordon knew I was guilty of misbehaviour, he never either formally reined me in or had me moved on. And my answer to that is simply that there was something unspoken between us. This was the rows over the emails.
Exactly. And another thing that is interesting about Gordon Brown and Ed Miliband, the leader of the Labour Party now, is an idea that Damian McBride puts forward, that it is Gordon Brown who said to him, we need to swing behind Ed Miliband, we need to make sure that David Miliband doesn't win it. The implication of that is that he didn't want Ed Balls, who many people have thought Gordon Brown would want to be Labour leader. He wanted Ed Miliband. So there's lots of live politics. It isn't just history.